Some material sensitive for children. All visual material is the intellectual property of Susan Manning and/or her PMAs. Membership is voluntary, private, and strictly for educational purposes, so that the wisdom of Jesus is only used for good. Members assume all liability resulting from any and all uses of benefits examined herein, and acknowledge all people are innocent until proven guilty. And by joining this PMA, absolve Susan Manning and all her PMAs of all liability in all matters, and continuing beyond this slide constitutes full knowledge and consent to all terms of conditions. Special thanks to Dave Jose for sharing these ideas and allowing me to share them with you. Do you want justice for the children raped by Epstein and his partners, starting with arrests?
Did you know our forefathers set up the law for moments just like we find ourselves in today? Did you know that the grand jury system historically was a group of people not controlled by government that went after government corruption and it could investigate any wrongs? This means all the talk of investigation by the Department of Justice, the FBI, or Pam Bondi, or anyone else is not necessary. Political figures and activist judges have no way of limiting justice. What if President Trump, as part of his acceptance of office, swore to the fact that people have the right to the grand juries? We can immediately have access to report wrongs of any type and get investigations and indictments. We can clean up the wrongs happening the right way and see justice done. Take an individual American, and you may often find him selfish and confined to his special interests. But take the American in the mass, and he is willing to die for an idea. The sweet revenge, therefore, is this, that we believed in righteousness, and now we are ready to make the supreme sacrifice for it. The supreme sacrifice of throwing in our fortunes with the fortunes of men everywhere.
In the 1774 Suffolk Resolves, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams reflect belief in citizen-driven accountability. Blackstone says the people could approach grand jury without a judge's or prosecutor's permission.
Common law. The people allowed to swear out crimes and report directly to the grand jury without judge or prosecutor permission. Because the grand jury is an institution separate from the courts, over whose functioning the court do not preside, we think it clear that, as a general matter at least, no such supervisory judicial authority exists, and that the 10th Circuit's authority is rooted in long centuries of Anglo-American history. The grand jury is mentioned in the Bill of Rights, but not the body of the Constitution. It has not been textually assigned, therefore, to any of the branches described in the first 3 articles. It is a constitutional fixture in its own right. In fact, the whole theory of its function is that it belongs to no branch of the institutional government, serving as a kind of buffer between the government and the people.
If you want to get justice for the children and fix the wrongs of government and bad actors, you have to restore the tools that have been secretly taken from us. Join us here at Real Dave Cares for You, and then go to www.restoremyrepublic.com.